happening, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation, the number one news source for all that nerdish on the hub. I'm your host, Lord Cuss-a-Lot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by my co-host, the Will Gray. How you doing, Will?
I'm well, enjoying a nice Wednesday morning. It's a good start to the day, nice and quiet. Starting here with Creatia Conversations and Auto-Tune Travis, which are two of my favorite things on the planet. How are you?
I'm cold, Will. I'm cold.
It's really, really effing cold.
Like
Like,
disrespectful kind of cold. Like, in Atlanta, this is not an area known for its cold weather. I woke up this morning, looked at the temperature outside, said 18 fucking degrees. I'm like, who authorized this shit?
Nashville had an overnight low of -1, sir.
Oh, fuck that.
And we have like 6.5 or 7 inches of snow. And I'm like, no. Just because I have friends from, Canada and Chicago and stuff now does not mean I want their winter.
I
I
don't
was
think
just,
people there want their winter. Like,
no.
wow.
I don't, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this much snow, this much winter, this much cold weather. It'll be gone by Thursday, but I think that's 4 days too long.
Way too long. But other than the cold, what else? What's been up, man? What you been watching? What you been playing?
I have been playing. This is going to sound weird, okay? I started playing this mobile game again. I've been looking for something to play. It's called The Last Day on Earth Survival, okay? And
Okay.
it's a standard zombie RPG game, right? You spawn in a world, you have to build a base, you go out into the world and explore woods and like rocky terrains and like old abandoned farms and stuff, all while surviving a zombie apocalypse, right? And
Okay.
there's missions and a battle pass. And I played it a few years ago and then stopped. And then they added the battle pass, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I played it for a little bit and got bored, and then I stopped because I felt like it. And now I'm back on it. And now, if you've never played the game, starting now gives you access to everything that we were supposed to get like 5 years ago when I very first downloaded this motherfucker.
Okay.
So it's cool. I'm enjoying a mobile game for once. I've standard shit on my Switch, Mario Kart and Zelda and stuff, and then on Fortnite, but playing a mobile game, Last Day on Earth Survival, super cool. I like the way the like the heads up display works on my phone. I'm not big on playing like mobile shooters and stuff because
Mhm.
how tight and cramped it can get. This one's
Right.
really well executed. It's easy to use. It has an auto run feature. So when you do go into some of the areas, if you're in like an easier place and you're just looting or farming, you can just hit the auto run and just kind of like watch him do his shit for you. So you don't necessarily have to
Mhm.
do all the finite primo. So Last Day on Earth Survival. What
That's
about you?
awesome.
What's so
So you
exciting?
mentioned playing mobile games and shooters and stuff like that. Not exactly a shooter, but a game with a lot of shooting. GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are on mobile now. And I tried to play those over the holiday break, and it's too awkward. Because they have the whole thing where it's like the keypad or whatever is on the screen and the little thumb thing. It doesn't feel right. So in order to play it, I would have to get one of those attachment controllers, to use with it, and I still haven't done that. So I really haven't had a good chance to check that out. But that was something I'm still interested in because those are classic games, and I'd love to play Vice City again.
I loved both of those. Grand Theft Auto 3 was the first one that I really got into. And then
Mm-hmm.
as they progressed from that point, they got more and more real. And then as the games grew, I was also aging. So by the time we got to San Andreas and Vice City, I was that angsty teenager. So I was like, hell yeah, strip clubs and drugs, I'm here for it.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But as far as what I've been watching, we watched all of season 1 of Ted. Fun show, loved it. It's very New England as far as their accents and all that goes. You can tell like this is a Seth MacFarlane joint. That's just what he does. Um, it's funny because you hear him do certain voices and you're like, okay, yeah, you were just doing that thing with Ted there. I heard Peter come out of you right there. Like that's what it was. But so there's that. Then there's this show on Netflix called Delicious in Dungeon or Delicious Dungeon, something like that. It's basically about a D&D group of characters, and they're going into this dungeon because there's just it was said there's like some legendary thing where there's something at the end that you got to get to, and people have been trying to get through this dungeon for the longest time and they haven't been able to. Well, they kind of this one adventuring party went in and one of their members got eaten by a dragon. Okay. But they're like, we know that if you get eaten by a dragon, it takes a while to actually digest. We can actually still save her. So they're going back. But the thing is, they used up all their supplies in that last fight. So they're like, okay, what do we do? Well, we'll eat the monsters on our way through because that's the only way we'll have food. So the whole thing is about them like catching monsters and finding ways to cook them and make them and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun.
I like the idea of a show about a Dungeons and Dragons campaign where it's kind of like inside the imaginations of the characters and the actors and stuff. That sounds very cool. I like that a lot. What was I about to tell you about Dungeons and Dragons? I recently fell down this TikTok rabbit hole of a guy who's had a 25-year-long campaign. He started in
Good Lord.
1998, and he's been playing with the same core of like 6 people for that 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
He recorded and documented the whole thing, and he's finally going to start editing and releasing like the playthrough. And I was like, this screams Travis all over it. Like it would have been like Dungeons After Dark in like the 90s.
Yeah.
If we would have known it could have been a thing then,
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit, this is genius. So I was like, hell yeah.
That's great. And then we started watching Echo, the Marvel show. Pretty good so far too. Enjoying that. But yeah, that's all I've been watching. Before we get into the actual news and stuff, though, are you a Taco Bell guy?
Of course I'm a Taco Bell
I thought so. I didn't want to assume, but I'm like, I feel like we talked about this before, and you said yes, you are. I am too. I mean, drinking Baja Blast right now, but that out the way. Before we get into the actual news, let's just talk about some Taco Bell stuff because Taco Bell apparently is turning one of its most popular items into a whole new product.
Oh.
So yeah. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but do they think we're talking about eating dessert for breakfast? Actually, who are we kidding? Dessert for breakfast is the true breakfast of champions. This article, by the way, comes from allrecipes.com, written by Bailey Fink. Okay. So, since Taco Bell started serving breakfast in 2014, it's been selling this icing-filled Cinnabon delights all day long. But now Taco Bell is turning its other incredible popular sweet into a breakfast item. The cinnamon twists are becoming a breakfast cereal.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. So Taco Bell and Uber Eats are launching this cinnamon twist cereal deal. Taco Bell's new innovation will shrink the crunchy cinnamon sugar coated twist down to a miniature size for your cereal bowl. We're sure just thinking about the sweet cinnamony cereal has your mouth watering, but before you start planning your next breakfast, there is a catch. The cereal was created through a partnership with Uber Eats, so there are a limited number of boxes and a few stipulations for how you can snag one. All right, so starting January 16th through the 18th, so basically through tomorrow, Uber One members can order a free box via Uber Eats for delivery nationwide. If you aren't an Uber One member, Uber Eats users in New York City, Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, and Dallas can still get a box while supplies last from January 16th through the 22nd. If you live in those areas, you can score a box with any Taco Bell breakfast order of $2 or more placed after 11 a.m. on Uber Eats. Wait, what? A Taco Bell breakfast order of
After,
$2 or more after 11 a.m.
yeah.
They stopped serving breakfast at 11 a.m.
Did they just pull some shenanigans on us? Is this one of those things where it's like you can, field all complaints on the 32nd of March?
Yeah,
Like
that's what it seems like to me. Like, yeah, like,
you have to spend $2 after we stop serving our breakfast. Shit sounds pretty fucking impossible to me. Like logistically.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
This sounds messy. Like that doesn't make any damn
It
sense.
doesn't. Like they stopped serving breakfast at 11. So
You
like,
can, yeah. The using the
Mom says
Uber Eats
early
thing
April
is cool.
Fools.
Yeah, like using the Uber Eats thing is cool, getting them to deliver free cereal, like all of that's great. But the bigger factor here, Travis, is imagine how delicious the cereal milk would be after you have cinnamon twists in it.
Listen. I feel like cinnamon toast cereal milk, cinnamon toast crunch cereal milk is up
It's
here.
top, it's primo, top of the line.
It's the best cereal milk. All right.
It's up there, yeah.
I feel like the cinnamon twist would probably just be like right here. Just a little bit, just and I'm just hadn't even really thought about the cereal milk, Will.
I always think like anytime I pick my cereals based purely on the cereal milk. I have baked cakes with cereal milk.
That's fucking genius.
I stole it 100%. A chef that I had a super big chef crush on for named Christina Tosi started doing it. She would soak her milk overnight with cornflakes and then strain it off. And that was the milk she would bake her cookies with or her cakes with or any of that was that sweetened frosted flake milk. And she called it cereal milk. And so I started doing the same thing. I would soak mine in like Fruity Pebbles and stuff based on like how sweet I want it. Genius idea. But yeah, cereal milk is amazing.
Monty says they need to just re-release the strawberry twist too, and that would be perfect to get a box of that. And like, okay, did you try this strawberry twist?
Yes, I loved the strawberry twist more than I like the traditional cinnamon twist, but I'm also just not a big cinnamon person.
Okay.
It's just not my. I wouldn't eat like snickerdoodles and stuff either. It's just not my cup of tea with the desserts. Yeah, make French toast with your cereal milk. Perfect. See, boom.
Sounds fantastic. All right, y'all. Those of you watching right now, thank you so much for doing so. If you're not watching us live, know that you can do so by just going to twitch.tv/Creatia World. And while you're there, subscribe. If you have his Amazon Prime, you've got Prime Gaming, and when you got those things, you just take your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch account, they do a little fusion dance and come together, and that gives you Prime Gaming. And with that, you can subscribe to us for free. Yeah. And you should do that. So do that. Yeah. Doesn't cost you nothing. You can also watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. If you go there, you can subscribe to us for free. Doesn't cost you nothing. You don't even have to combine no accounts there. Just hit the subscribe button. And while you're doing that, you can also go a little bit next to it. There's a little bell. And on that bell, there's a little bean hanging from it. You know what I want you to do? I want you to flick that bean. And you do that, you get notifications every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good stuff. So do that. It don't cost you nothing. Thank you for doing that right now. I know you just did. You can also watch us later on youtube.com/Creatia World. But if you want to watch us later in another place, you can do that at pornhub.com/model/Creatia World for now because they tripping. But for now, you can still do that. Also, if you want to support us financially, the best way to do that is on Patreon at patreon.com/Creatia World. You go there, you can get this show and all of our other shows ad free, and we'll talk about those ads later. But in addition to that, you also get some, cool content there too. One of those being Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter. We're going through old WCW stuff. We started the very first Monday Nitro. We're working our way through. We are now we just did Slamboree 1998. We're about to do Great American Bash 1998 next. So that is going to be a fun time. The Wolf Pack is here, and it is a great time to be a fan of wrestling. We had so much fun with that. Also, Multiverse with myself and Mara the Shark Watkins. We're watching a bunch of animated DC stuff. And then we may do some animated Marvel stuff. There's not as much animated Marvel, but we're watching animated comic book movies. And it's a good time too. Our next one will be Justice League War World. We just did Legion of Superheroes, which is a lot of fun as well. Fun, interesting twists in that one. There's also, if you have to ask, with the Warden Matt Ritter and Kate Ritter, they're coming together and they're watching and reading stuff about "Am I the asshole?" posts, and they'll answer the question, "Am I the asshole?" And the answer is usually, if you have to ask, yeah, you probably are. Believe that's it for now, as far as those things go. But time to get into the good stuff, Will. You know what that stuff is?
Is it time?
It's music time.
Yes.
All right, so glad we have you here today, Will, because this first bit of news is Minecraft related.
I do enjoy some Minecraft.
There's a tail in your screen.
There's a cat on my desk and a snake in my boots.
So the Minecraft movie aims to avoid ugly Sonic situation, the director says. Hold on one second.
The random cat. Jade said, "I'm making my Creatia debut today, damn it."
There we go. That was really weird. Anyway, this article comes from GameSpot.com from Eddie Makich. I'm going to go with Makooch because that sounds funny. Anyway, a Minecraft movie's in the works starring Jason Momoa and Jack Black, and now the director, Jared Hess, has shed more light on what to expect from the video game film. This includes how Hess is aiming to avoid a, quote, ugly Sonic situation and avoid disappointing children who love the game. Speaking to Salt Lake City Tribune, Hess said he enjoys the challenge of trying to adapt a video game that doesn't have much of a story. Minecraft is known for its open-ended sandbox nature, but Hess said he believed at the time he took the job that there is a fun, ridiculous movie to be made out of Minecraft. And there is, he said. Hess also teased that in addition to Momoa and Black, there are more cast members to be announced. His partner, Jerusha, said there's a funny lady who has not been announced. Okay. Filming on the Minecraft movie is taking place in New Zealand on a, quote, ginormous soundstage. Hess also said. He also revealed that the production designer for the Minecraft movie is none other than Grant Major, a New Zealand-based film legend who won an Oscar for The Lord of the Rings. Hess went on to say that he hopes to avoid an, quote, ugly Sonic situation, referencing how the original design for Sonic for its own feature film was derided by fans. Quote, I just can't disappoint the 10-year-olds or they're going to murder us, he said. Hess previously directed blah, blah, blah. Yeah, anyway, that's it for that. So, Minecraft movie, Will. First, how you feeling about that?
I'm nervous, excited. For a lot of the same reasons that I would say about the Legends of Zelda movie. Is you've spent this much time with a game, you've dedicated this much time to what happens there and the lore inside of what it represents. Once you personify these characters in that medium of film, then it could go really, really good or really, really bad. And the story inside of Minecraft is so open and so large and vast. What are they going to hone in on to do a 90-minute, 2-hour movie? Those are my questions as somebody who's played the game. I fought the fucking Ender Dragon. I made the pearls or whatever. Like, I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen some things,
shit.
Yeah. But at the core of it, what are they going to do to tell that story? And it's obviously going to be funny as shit because Jack Black and Jason Momoa together great.
Sounds like a
If
great
they
time. Yeah.
if they've got the filmmaker who made the Lord of the Rings stuff in New Zealand, great. They're obviously putting some aces in their places, but you have to tell a story for 2 hours that make us give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, great. Ty is here. Fun.
Hi, Ty.
Nice. Um, can you tell how excited I am to see him? But yeah, I mean, Minecraft has never really been my thing. I'm not really I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. I've seen other people play it. I know a lot of people have fun with it, and I'm happy for them, you know? Um yeah, I mean, I hope you all get the movie you want. It's just one of those things like if I get around to seeing it, cool, you know. It's not high on my priority list, but I genuinely hope that you all enjoy the movie. I hope they do right by y'all, you know.
It's his show, Ty. Of course I'm
Yeah,
going to
fuck you
take
too,
his
bro.
side.
All right, let's see what else is going on out here. Want to talk a little She-Hulk?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay, so She-Hulk Star says there's really no hope for season 2. This article comes from Polygon by Ollie Welsh. So Tatiana Maslany, the actor who played Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, in She-Hulk Attorney at Law, has dashed any hopes of a second season of Marvel's divisive Disney Plus show. Appearing on streamer Nerd Incorrect's Twitch game show Code Names Live. That's a long ass title. Maslany
Rolls off the
was
tongue.
yeah, that's right up there when we had Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. That was long and ridiculous by design though. But anyway, Maslany was asked by the host, should we hope for a season 2? And she replied, I don't think so. I think we blew our budget, and Disney was like, no thanks. Maslany's statement isn't official, of course, but it sounds quite final. The second season of the show was never discussed by Marvel, although head writer Jessica Gao has said she had ideas for further seasons, and the final episode left the possibility open. But if Disney has decided against any further She-Hulk on TV, it wouldn't be a surprise. In several ways, She-Hulk Attorney at Law was emblematic of the issues Disney has faced with the ambitious plan to extend its top-tier cinematic franchises, Marvel and Star Wars, into streaming TV series. As Maslany hinted, top of those is cost. Conceptually, She-Hulk was intentionally quite modest, a comedy that would gently spoof a staple TV genre, the legal drama, as well as involve some low to mid-level superhero hijinks and some of the fourth wall breaking meta comedy associated with the character in the comics. But its main character was a walking special effect, which, according to Variety, led to ballooning budgets as much as $25 million per episode. Good lord. And a
Jeez.
total cost equal to that of a major blockbuster movie release. That's a high price tag for a show with a niche, low stakes concept, which had only a middling impact. Let me see. Anything else significant in this whole thing? I'm not seeing much else there. So yeah, probably not getting another season of She-Hulk. How you feeling there, Will? Does that hurt your feelings? Do you like it? Whatever? Who cares? What?
It doesn't hurt my feelings. I hate to see people lose their jobs, but also
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, this is the the beginnings and the rumblings of what I've always said was the Marvel issue of quantity and not quality, because
Mm-hmm.
they pumped so much content out so quickly that it didn't matter if it was good or not. They were just like, let's see what everybody likes. And She-Hulk was an innocent bystander, because even if at the core of it was a good show, which I didn't disagree with, it was a B-list like comedy drama whatever. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't made to be an Avengers movie. It was cool,
Exactly. It was meant
you
to be a
know.
certain thing, and that certain thing was good.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show. I think the issue with it is when you're released around the same time as, What If and WandaVision and, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, like all of the stuff that happened around that same time, like not everything is going to be, Shawn Michaels and DX. You know, you're gonna have a few Duke the Dumpsters in there, and I love Duke the Dumpster.
I
You know
got
what
you.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger.
Even if it's a good worker and a good movie, it just might not be cut out for the equation moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where if you're trying to make as much money as possible, which is what this is a business. They're trying to make as much money as possible. As much as we may love to think like, oh, they're doing it for the art. No, they're doing it for the money. So if you're trying to make as much money as possible, you gotta lower your costs and then increase your income. Like it's just kind of what it is. So
And at $25 million an episode, Jesus, dude.
yeah,
Like
you
that's
can't. If that's
nuts.
the case, you can't afford to just keep throwing shit at the wall. You gotta kind of pick your shots better.
I mean, that's a couple $100 million for an 8-episode season.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot.
For one season. And this thing is they're still talking about how these streaming services are losing money anyway because the cost is not, outweighing, what they're bringing in.
And the password sharing options are starting to run scarce and stuff. Netflix started it. Disney Plus has it some. Hulu Live limits where we're allowed to watch Hulu Live. Look at Will being good with numbers. It's almost like a stereotype or something, huh, Ty?
Yeah, almost. Oh boy. Let's check out a trailer and then we'll take a quick ad break. Let's see. Come on. I love it when technology doesn't cooperate, don't you?
You were with me through my OBS and my Streamlabs saga. Yes. Yeah, it's the same cat. Ran all the other animals out of the office except for this one. She was hiding in the window.
Like, you are not slick. I know you're here. All right, this is the Vince Staples Show. I have no idea what this is, but we're going to find out.
I'm home.
How was your day?
I bailed you out last week. We ain't got no chicken for you.
Damn.
That was cool.
Come on, Vince.
Hey, cuz.
Let me know something, nephew.
What's up with dude?
Anything interesting happen?
A little bit.
I mean, that would qualify.
Kind of interested,
Require responses.
Damn.
Who the fuck is Vince Staples?
Not really.
I saw him on
Y'all know who the fuck is
Abbott Elementary.
Magic. I don't want to say with the magic.
Like a guest
These
spot kind
motherfuckers
of
ain't got
thing.
no taste. No taste.
I loved Abbott Elementary. That was one of the shows I watched vicariously. Like it would be on and I would end up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me or did this trailer watch like a Jordan Peele movie?
It seemed like that at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then
It kind of faded away.
Yeah, and I'm having issues figuring out what it wants to be. And it's kind of hard to tell that from the trailer. Like, okay, is this supposed to be a comedy? Like, I think this was supposed to be a comedy. And there's times I'm like, okay, I can see why people may think this is funny, but I'm not laughing.
It's like a thriller, drama, comedy, horror.
Yeah, it was odd. It was odd. I didn't hate it. It's just, wasn't doing it for me.
Good soundtrack. That's one hurdle that it takes. A lot of movies, you'd be amazed how many movies fumble a soundtrack. So a good soundtrack's always gonna, help get me over.
Indeed. We had I mentioned I saw him on Abbott Elementary. He was forgot what is Everybody Hates Chris. What is his name? What is his real name? Tyler James, I think his name is. Played his friend who started dating Quinta Brunson's character. Why can't I remember her name? What is her name on the fucking show? Somebody in the chat. What the fuck is her name?
I'm terrible with names.
So am I.
Like real fucking bad.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, it's that time of the show. We gotta have to throw some ads at you. Now, if you watch us on Patreon, you can watch us without the ads. But since you're not doing that, here's some fucking ads. Tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at w.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description. All right, we're back, and we got some word from the chat filling us in. Her character's name was Janine, and Maurice was his character's name. So thank you very much for that. We got some more news, though, Will. You and I have both been pretty, I wouldn't say high on it, but receptive to the VR side of things.
For sure.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Apple Vision Pro. So this article, it's another article from GameSpot.com from Eddie McCooch. This is about the Apple Vision Pro. So Apple Vision Pro will have 3D Disney movies and the entire Disney Plus catalog. So it includes support for Disney's streaming catalog of films and TV shows. So Apple and Disney have announced a partnership to bring content to the Apple Vision Pro headset, including 3D movies and the entire Disney Plus catalog. People who buy the $3,500 headset and have a Disney Plus membership can stream every piece of content on Disney Plus to the spatial computer device. Additionally, there are 4 Disney Plus environments featuring unique animations and sounds that users can tap into. These aim to make your living room feel alive, and these environments also have nods to iconic Disney franchises. These environments include Disney Plus Theater, inspired by the historic El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, the Scare Floor from Pixar's Monsters, Inc., Marvel's Avengers Tower overlooking downtown Manhattan, and the cockpit of Luke Skywalker's land speeder facing the binary sunset on the planet Tatooine from the Star Wars galaxy. Users can also view 3D movies with Apple Vision Pro, and the launch titles include Avatar: The Way of Water, Avengers Endgame, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Elemental, and Encanto. More will be announced later on. Anyone who previously bought a Disney Plus, a Disney film that includes a 3D version from Apple TV, can access that in 3D on their Apple Vision Pro. CEO Bob Iger said this partnership with Apple is part of the company's ambition to seek out new ways to entertain, inform, and inspire. So, yeah, new stuff.
This is all sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
$3,500.
bingo.
Yeah.
Like that's 1,000% where my brain was going. I was like, that's cool. I can do all of this on the MetaQuest 3 for $500. Like I can watch 3D movies on the MetaQuest 3. I can, do a lot of the things they're describing on Apple. And as somebody who's, been following the fruit stand for years. I've got the computer and the iPad and the watch and the phone and all the bullshit. But if I'm gonna get a VR headset, like the MetaQuest 3 is comparable to the Apple version at a fraction of the cost.
A fraction of a fraction. Like it's literally 7 times more expensive.
That's my biggest
ridiculous.
turnoff for it is the price tag, because everything the MetaQuest 3 can do, I can get for literally 1/7 of the price for the exact same stuff.
Yeah, I've yet to see anything from Apple saying that it does something that the MetaQuest doesn't do. Like, I'm going to assume I'm missing something because there's no other way possible that they can think they can get away with that shit. So it's just like I need somewhere somehow to see something that's showing why this is that price. What does it do that these don't? You know,
Sir, we just got wireless charging 2 generations ago. Like, give us some slack here.
that sucks, bro. I'm sorry. Where is my wireless charger? Here's the thing: we've had wireless chargers for so long, and I really don't even use it anymore. Mostly because it was slow, but it worked, of course. But
the reason why I use mine on my current iPhone is because it's gotten to the point where the charging port doesn't work on my iPhone anymore. So the wireless charger is the only way for me to charge it.
Okay.
Okay. It's time to upgrade, but something, not going to spend the money yet.
Yeah, I feel you. Want to hear about some corporate beef?
Love corporate beef.
So, GTA and Alan Wake devs are beefing over the letter R because, if you need anything, fights on Sesame Street are what's important,
For sure.
So Take-Two Interactive filed 2 trademark disputes against Remedy Entertainment over a logo. So 2 gaming giants have entered the legal coliseum. GTA publisher Take-Two Interactive has dragged the Alan Wake developer into a trademark dispute over Remedy Entertainment's new logo design. Let me just put that on the screen so you all can see what this is all about. Because if I didn't show you, you'd be like, what the fuck? Who cares? You still probably will be, but I just want you all to see this. All right. You see it? You see it? This R here and this R here is just, yeah. This is what we're arguing about, folks. R's.
If I was Rolls Royce, I'd be more pissed off than if I was Rockstar.
Yeah. This is what we're fighting over, people.
It's not even the same font.
No, it's just the fact that it's an R.
Just because it's the 18th letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, how dare you?
For real.
How dare you, the other developer whose name also starts with the letter R, use the letter R in your logo?
It's just unrealistic. We were the first and only game developers with the letter R in our name ever.
Right.
Amen.
So
Like,
anyway.
no. That's just Rockstar being petty.
Yeah. So, as reported by Eurogamer, Take-Two Interactive filed 2 trademark disputes against Remedy Entertainment back in May of 2023. Remedy's logo, a stylized R that looks like it's been cut 3 times, was revealed in April 2023 and aimed to signify a new era for the Finland-based developer. But according to Respawn First, Take-Two Interactive claims Remedy Entertainment's new design creates, quote, a likelihood of confusion on the part of the public with Rockstar game creators of the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption series. Kotaku reached out to Remedy Entertainment and Take-Two Interactive for comment. In Twitter DMs with Kotaku, Haley McLean, a lawyer from the Canadian firm Voyer Law, said the concern here is whether consumers can easily tell the difference between the 2 logos. I don't know. Were you having trouble distinguishing between the 2?
I don't know if they both came across me. I would be like, damn, isn't Remedy the ones that make those rock? No, like, it's not even the same thing.
Would you look at this Remedy logo and say, oh, that might be Rockstar?
You know, the whole having the word Remedy underneath it as part of the logo kind of removes the worry of me. But I mean, maybe Rockstar is just treading water. They're like, we gave them a trailer. Let's stir some shit up before the actual game comes out. Let's make some news elsewhere. Like maybe bankrupt a small developer, and then we'll give you GTA 6 and we'll seem like the heroes.
Oh, well, Remedy isn't exactly a small developer. Like I said, they did Alan Wake, so it's just like they dropped a game that just won a whole bunch of Game Awards. Alan Wake 3 is a fucking masterpiece, but I get what you mean. It's just like somebody that's not as big as them. But yeah, this goes on to say, with this average consumer in mind, the question is, would this legally fictitious person be confused between the Rockstar R with the added star and the Remedy logo with the repeating R design? McLean tells Kotaku. They both are selling goods/services in the same market, namely video games, which is critical in the assessment too. But the logos have numerous distinctions, like different fonts, the added stylizations of each, a star added for Rockstar versus a split R for Remedy, and in particular, the Remedy logo that also has their studio name Remedy at the bottom of it makes it quite distinctive. Just because they both use the letter R in their logo doesn't inherently mean the average reasonably informed consumer is going to be confused. Thank you. This isn't the first time Take-Two Interactive has pursued legal action to protect its trademarks. Back in December 2021, the publisher pursued a similar trademark claim against indie studio Hazelight Studios over the developer's hit 2021 puzzle platformer It Takes Two. Take-Two claimed consumers could confuse their company and the game's title, which led Hazelight Studios to abandon its trademark for the name. So they said back in 2021 that somebody would mistake the name of this game with the name of the publisher. First of all, the average consumer doesn't know Take-Two. Like, they know the studios underneath you, like Rockstar and 2K Games and shit like that. They don't know Take-Two Interactive. So the whole Take-Two thing is just stupid. And it's not quite as dumb as this. Or it could be dumber, depending on your point of view. But like, what the hell, Will? What the hell?
This is companies being bored. Like, there's no other reason for this. There's no as a regular consumer of video games, I would say I'm of moderate intelligence. I looked at both of those things without hearing the back half of that article and rattled off in detail the reasons why this has no bearing. And then the person writing the article was like, oh yeah, by the way, it has the name and it's not the same font. And I was like, if just a regular Joe Schmo like me is like, nah, bro, this is a bit reaching. Like, I can only imagine that's probably what the courts are going to say.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's not even close.
No. Not at all. We can't even pretend it's close. Like, it's...
I knew what the one on the left looked like before you brought it up. In my head, logo? I could already see the Rockstar logo because of how many times I've seen it.
Anybody who's played a Grand Theft Auto game knows what that fucking logo looks like, man.
Bingo.
Like...
I was definitely expecting an R, and then I was like, okay, maybe they whip ballsy and they put like a star on the other side or like put it in the background or something. No, this isn't even close. They're reaching for logs.
Reaching very, very far. So I mentioned Ted earlier. Great show. So we got some stuff here about Ted. This article comes from IGN from Alex Stedman. Ted had Peacock's biggest opening weekend ever for an original series. It may have been a few years since the last Ted movie, but fans are clearly still interested in Seth MacFarlane's foul-mouthed teddy bear. I was. NBC Universal confirmed to IGN that Ted broke a record for having Peacock's biggest 3-day debut ever for an original series. It should be noted that we don't have any solid numbers for Ted's viewership, but it does mean that it beat the debuts of other Peacock originals like Poker Face, Twisted Metal, Mrs. Davis, and Bel Air. As noted by TV Line, which first broke the news of the record, Ted seems to have benefited quite a bit from Saturday night's NFL wildcard game between the Chiefs and Dolphins, which Peacock streamed exclusively. In a press release, NBC Universal reported that the game was the biggest live stream event in U.S. history, reaching 28 million viewers, with average audience peaking at nearly 25 million viewers. The logic here is clear. Sign up for Peacock for the big game, stay for the raunchy raunchy talking bear comedy. That may have been NBC Universal's plan all along. In fact, having dropped all 7 episodes of Ted's season 1 on the platform last Thursday. That's not to say Ted himself isn't a draw. The first film pulled in a healthy $549 million at the worldwide box office in 2012, while Ted 2 made $215 million worldwide 3 years later. Peacock hasn't emerged as one of the bigger players in the streaming wars, but it still had some wins here and there. Earlier this year, it scored its biggest 5-day debut with Five Nights at Freddy's, despite that horror hit debuting in theaters on the same day. Ted takes place 2 decades before the movies and catches up with John Bennett, played by Mark Wahlberg in the films, while Max Burkholder steps in here in high school, with Ted joining him for shenanigans along the way. IGN gave it a 6 out of 10, and I'd say they're wrong, but, that's the thing. It's a great show. Great fucking show.
Having seen both the movies, I was really excited for the show when I heard about it. It's made the list. I'm definitely going to be watching it probably this week at some point and just plow through everything and just watch it. And I think that it's one of those, Ted is one of those like cult comedies like Grandma's Boy or something like that, where no matter what, it's going to have that core group of people that think it's hilarious.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Plus, I think Family Guy and shit like that's my cup of tea. That slightly raunchy, right on the line of appropriate comedy. I'm here for it.
Right. All right. Will, Wilford. Let's watch one more trailer and then we'll get out of here. All right. We got the official launch trailer for Helldivers 2. So we'll check that out, and then we'll get out of here, all right? You got something?
Yeah, I'm good.
Of Super Earth, keeping managed democracy safe with the lives of our heroes, protecting freedom from tyranny with the gentle touch of an iron fist. But liberty's enemies march ever closer. Together, we must take back control of freedom.
Together for managed democracy.
Together for victory.
Together for liberty.
Together for liberty.
Together, they fight for freedom.
Freedom.
Will you?
Probably not. This looks like something. If you're one that's really into shooters, this is the kind of game that you're into. I'm not a shooter person, so it's just this does not appeal to me one bit.
Protect your future.
It looks like a mix of like Destiny, and there used to be this MMO on Xbox and PlayStation called Divergence. It reminds me a lot of it.
This sounds familiar. I think I may have checked that out for a minute.
It came out around the same time of a TV show by the same name, and
That's
the
what I was
missions,
thinking of. I remember that. Yeah, I do remember this. And they were supposed to like coincide with each other and all that shit. It didn't work out. I thought it was a really cool concept, which is why I tried the game.
After the first season, it was all shot to hell because there was nothing to do, and it was just a bunch of bots and shit in the thing. But this looks like a grown-up, leveled-up version of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Join the hell.
The thing is, with most of these games, there's always like, oh, this is we do this, and you can do this with it, and then you do this and this, and but in the end, it all just breaks down to one simple thing: shoot the thing. And eventually, I just get tired of shooting the thing.
Poke them with the pointy end, right? That's the core of everything we do.
Yeah. But all right, Will, I think that's going to be it for today. I had a great time with you. It was good seeing you, good hanging out with you.
Always.
And it was good being with all of you people watching right now. I enjoy most of your company. But that'll be it for today. Do not forget you can follow us on all the social. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. You can also go to the Facebook, facebook.com/Creatia World. We also have our website. We can go and get links to all of our stuff, creatiaworld.com. So go there, check that out. That'll give you access to everything we do. But while you're on Facebook, you should also go and join our Facebook groups, one of them being facebook.com/group/DemDragons. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, go in there, hang out with us. Or just show a cool picture of a dragon if you got it. House of the Dragon comes back this summer, so we'll be in there pretty frequently, especially at that point. And we'll be going, we'll be going live after that show to talk about that show. We're bringing back #DemDragons once that show comes back. So be ready for that. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, you want to check out facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. It's the official Facebook group for the Smacking It Raw podcast, the official wrestling podcast for Creatia World. It is, you know what I'll say, it's the best wrestling podcast on the planet. I said it right here. You think I'm wrong, go watch and listen to it, and then you tell me why I'm wrong if you think so, and then I'll tell you why your opinion is dumb. But anyway, I say all that to say this group is the most non-toxic wrestling group on the internet, despite what I just said. Ignore that part, but yeah, it is. So go there, hang out, talk wrestling. The Ward Matt Ritter, Vince Danny Delgado, Katie Kinsey Bebe. Occasionally, there's a few guest hosts, one of them being this guy right here, the Will Gray. Speaking of the Will Gray, Will, where can they find you and all your shit and all the stuff?
First and foremost, as always, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be the honorary use of all things Creatia World. If you want to see my shenanigans elsewhere, check my link tree at The Will Gray. You'll find everything I do podcasting-wise for Rivet City Radio, Off the Top Media, and Creatia World, and you can find my writing profile for Last Word on Sports.
Nice. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Will, thanks for being here. Always appreciate having you around. And thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, we out.
Peace.